What's going on, people? So much to cover in so much little time, but I'm going to get to it. Oh man, I'm gonna put the link down below. If you want to chime in or whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm talking about, got a couple topics I want to talk about here. Let me see here. Yeah, yeah, man, yeah. So I'm gonna put my the link down there early, but a couple things I wanted to talk about. Now, it's a beautiful day today. Yesterday was my birthday, just for anyone who really wanted to know. Had a good time with the family, had a good time with the spouse and the children. Today I got stuff going on today. Um, my son got a recital, get to check out. So, we spend that money, want to see what the results is, see what the results are. But anyway, I wanted to talk about a few things. If you're here for the first time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. And you may be seeing, you may see my hat where it says LA Lakers. No, I am not a fan. I just troll sometimes. I'm trying to get all the hats in the NBA, NFL, and baseball. So I'm basically collecting hats. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, if you don't know me, my name is Laurent J. This is JSN Uncensored. I think I'm going to go with that name. I'm really thinking about changing the name of my channel. So you can chime in what you think. Should I keep Jersey Sports Nation or should I change it? I might do like a focus group. But anyway, in any rate, hold on one second. Have you been keeping up with Kardashians? No pun intended. I've been. The theme I want to have for the show today is S- do not sell your soul. Do not sell your soul. And I want to basically recognize, Kim Kardashian and Ray J and Kanye and all these people that's uh, in the news and famous, if you will. A lot of them sold their soul. I think some people sell their soul for riches. Some people sell their soul to win a championship in the NBA, NFL, and etc. But selling your soul, I think you need to stay true to yourself. True to yourself. Uh, when it come to reference in sports, I think you sell your soul in sports to try to win a championship. So, perfect example. If you look at Miami Heat, the Miami Heat always had a identity ever since they got Pat Riley. Pat Riley always created an identity for them. Like even when he was with the Lakers. Now he did not create Showtime Lakers. He did not. But they had an identity. I think his name was McKinney. Shout out to Winning Time. Pretty good series, if you will. It's a little fictitious, but it has some true events there. Has some true events, but they had an identity. You don't want to go past that identity. You don't want to sell your soul to try to uh, win too early. Sometimes, if you win too early, you have a big fall. You look at the Bulls; they had an identity in the '90s. An identity. Pittsburgh Steelers, they had an identity. It was all about defense, etc. I think Miami went off of their identity trying to chase a championship when they end up getting LeBron James. And they had short-term success, which is huge. They say winning a championship that solidifies you. But after that, when he left, they had horrible failures because they sold their soul. They sold their soul to try to beat the system. And anytime you try to cut the system, you get cut short. Simple as that. You and Kanye, I don't know. Kanye, like I'm a fan of Kanye. I've been a fan since he came out. I remember going to one of his concerts before he blew up, and he was always different. A lot of people trying to say that he's crazy, but he's really not crazy. If you want to say he's crazy, he's always been who he is. It's just a matter of when he trying to go against what everybody else is trying to do, is that's when everybody say, "Oh no, he's not shall I say right and mentally right." But that's what happens with great people. If you're thinking great, that means you're trying to change the way society sees itself, the norms, and you want to change it. And a lot of people will think you're crazy. They don't believe in the vision. So I followed him. I went to his concert when he was doing his first album. This is right before he blew up. He was not even headlining the tour. It was Usher. It was Usher, and the headliners was Christina Milian and Kanye West was on there. He was singing Jesus Wax, and he brought out um, John Legend. That's what he brought out. You know, but he's always been different. Always been a different guy. Always believed in himself. Now, Kim, on the other hand, I remember Kim was on. I don't know when that tape came out. I don't remember exactly, but the first thought when I saw Kim was she was with the Hilton sisters. She was in that group, and I believe she was coming off a marriage, her first marriage. She's been married like 3 times, I believe, right? And she just started dating the football player from UFC. I forgot his name off the top. If you remember his name, put it in the comments. But Kim Kardashian, and it's just interesting because she tried to pretend that she was not involved with this tape being played, and like I said, I realized her mother is so tax toxic that she could sell out her family for fame. All she care about is fame. She is like the whole Hall of Fame, Kris Jenner. She is the one. She's, we look at Kim. She is the creator. She's the one who allegedly cheated with O.J. Simpson when she was married. So everybody in that family has a battery in their back. Now, the Daily Mail basically says the infamous Kim Kardashian sex tape was released like an album by Kim herself, who kept the only copy of its stash in a shoebox under her bed, along with a rest of the steamy tapes she made with Ray J. And this is what all learned. So this is all a game. She came out here prostituting herself. And the likes of her mother, who created this. Now they all look crazy. They all got the work done. Like this should be some type of abuse, in my opinion. And now Kanye is trying to stop the madness with Kim and them daughters. He's trying to stop it. He see what's going on wrong with in there, but I have to blame him for something. He shouldn't mess with her. I don't know what that was about. I believe that was lusting. See, Kanye does have a ego, if you will. He has an ego. He feels like he's God, and that's blasphemy. He's going on his concerts, flying down like he's Jesus. He's doing all types of stuff. Now, I do like the way he's walking in his truth. He's getting closer to God. I do like that. I do like the fact that he changed his music, even though the ratchet music was good for the clubs and stuff like that. But he has daughters. Daughters will change you, man. Not so much sons, but when you get a daughter will change you. Daughter will be like, "Hey, I'm trying to be clean now. I want her to be represented right. All them girls he messed with, he don't want that karma, if you will." Now, speaking for the first time about the tapes in bombshell interview in DailyMail.com, Ray J said he has never possessed a copy of any of the tapes they made together, only holding on to a photo and text Kim sent him in between 2002 and 2009. Now, I don't believe him because you was recording the video. I don't believe you. You need more people. Ray J's lying. And, I think Ray J's part of the gang or something, down there. He's related to Snoop. Like, Ray J is a little sneaky dude. He's a sneaky dude, you know, but they're affiliated with those gangs. Now, and I will say this: uh, much as people talk about the hood, you know, they talk about the hood, and some people even think gangs are good for the community. Some people think that they think that the white man is the one who is trying to, mess up the neighborhoods, and gangs are there to protect the community, which is such a lie. They always say like, well, the West Coast gang culture came from Black Panthers. I'm not disputing that. Now it could have done, and if you're on the West Coast, you can let me know that. But I'm with Charleston White when it comes to the gangs and how it's destroying communities. They extort people. They extort people in their neighborhoods. I remember I was reading um, Will Smith. I was reading Will Smith's book, and when he went to the West Coast from Philly and ended up getting that TV show that later is like an iconic show, The Fresh Prince, he said he was at one day he was at work, he gets a phone call. The guy said, "We need to have discussion because you're on the West Coast and you need to give me some of that money as a tax, or something's going to happen to you." And so what Will said he did, he gave it to the feds. But that's what they do. They extort people. When you go to jail, I heard, if you in there and you want protection, they extort you. So it's a extort. They extort a lot of people. Now, Ray J is affiliated with um WAC 100. Now, I'm not going to talk about that situation there, but they are extorting people. So WAC 100 is he basically extorted Kanye because Kanye have love for Kim, and they reached out to him. They reached out to him and said, "Hey, we have these tapes, and well, before we put it out, you paid me for it. I give it to you. So this is what WAC set up. Like what these dudes, I'm telling you, like these gang members, and they mess up the whole industry. Look at what. So anyway, let me finish the story. So Kanye meets up with WAC 100 in some garage, which he should have called the feds, and had the feds there. He called, but they made the transaction. He paid them, and he gave the tape to Kim Kardashian, and then they put it on the show. So this reminds me of Will Smith and Jada when Jada trying to get hits. So now, if this is true, what Ray J is saying, that they had these tapes all the time and they're just making this stuff up. Wow, man. So anyway, the article says he's also insisted no, he never did any of the things she claims he did in the Kardashian new Hulu show, and was outraged by her suggestion he might. Let me go back down. He might have a video showing him sticking a. I ain't gonna say it on here, but yeah, you can read that. Which he also made him sound like a. I'm not gonna say that on here because of the algorithms. And in the private text message, Ray J seen below, Kim admits, if you're upset about the comments, it was clearly a sarcastic joke, and I was laughing when I said it. So this is what he's claiming. He's claiming he didn't have that. So the people on here, obviously, Ray J had a song he smashed first. He's been with her, but she's full of crap. I'm not going to categorize all women like that, but this is the toxic ones that we're dealing with. She's wealthy beyond measures, but she is so toxic. The things that she's doing to Kanye, and one thing that I learned is if you see someone doing something to somebody else, one day you're going to be the victim as well, because that's how they handle people, and that's one thing to live by. Now, Ray J real name, Ray Norwood told DailyMail.com, "I've sat in the shadows for over 14 years, allowing the Kardashians to ruin and use my name and abuse my name, make millions of dollars, billions of dollars over a decade and a half, talking about a topic I've never really spoken about." Makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. What I mean, Ray J probably got a big bag from it. I think Ray J has something to do. I think they all agreed to it. They was like, "Hey, let's make some money," and it worked for both of their careers. Ray J ended up getting a show on. He ended up getting a show too on VH1, so that makes a lot of sense. They came out with this tape, and then all of a sudden, all the people start coming out trying to make money from them. Hold on one second here. So it makes a lot of sense. It does. Yeah. So the former couple who got together in 2002 when both were 21 years old made infamous tapes during her birthday celebration that year. It was released in 2007. Now, Ray J, uh, now 41, told DailyMail.com putting out the video was his idea, and he suggested to Kim after they saw how Paris Hilton's profile was boosted when the film she made with poker player Rick Solomon was leaked. Makes a lot of sense. Now this may be the truth. You should have sold it in the book. To be honest, you want to make some money. He should have put the book out. That's how you get that paper. But um, But while Kim claimed she didn't want to do it, Ray J says the now 41-year-old embraced the idea and enlisted her mother, Kris Jenner, to organize it, releasing via Vivid Entertainment, a process he had little to do with. And I really agree with this. He's telling the truth. I believe it. What do y'all think, yo? Do you think Ray J's telling the truth? I think he's telling the truth. I know he's a liar, but I don't know if he's lying on this one, man. I think he's like tired of the Kardashians right now. Or, I mean, I'm being objective here, or this could be all a ploy to get more money. But my thing is, if he's lying, she could have sued him a long time ago. She didn't. She did profit off this, folks. She could have sued him. The eventual contract, which was signed by both Ray J and Kim, was for 3 videos, including 2 sex tapes and one made at a Esperanza Hotel in Cabo, Hmm. and one created in Santa Barbara, and the third tape was in Cabo in the footage. Only one tape, the video shot in Cabo, was released, and the dad of two, Ray J, told DailyMail.com. Makes so much sense. So basically, saying she keeps them all, and all this is a lie. And I'm sure she has a bigger bid now and a better box. That's how it all came about. Once I pitched the idea to her, just playing around a little bit, that's when she jumped on the idea, talked to her mom, and it was out of my hands from there. Neither Kim nor Chris, 66, responded to DailyMail.com. Makes sense, and now they got the TV show. They're losing a little buzz, and this is kind of bringing them out again. But this family is toxic. Anybody who touches this family becomes worse off. There's something about this family, and Kanye made a huge mistake dealing with this family. Now he has to deal with it because the money's not. I mean, I would say money's up there with everything. But he's not happy because he has these children who's with this mom who's going to be exploiting them. What do y'all think? Do you think Ray J knew? I mean, Ray J is telling the truth about the whole situation. I don't know, but moving on. I want to talk. I didn't really listen to what was going on with this JJ Redick and Russo. I remember Chris Russo. I used to listen to him on the Mad Dog on sports on satellite radio. I heard he was on New York, but I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna kind of go over it. But Mad Dog was found in adversary in JJ Redick. Now, what I heard was they kind of got into it. I might play the audio, if I can. I know they were having a few debates and they're picking up steam, if you will. But see, Russo is like an old school guy. He's about we need to play it the right way. He watches baseball. Most people, young people, don't watch baseball right now. Um, Everything got to be old school, the way we used to do it. He's not into any new way of seeing things or playing things. And JJ Redick is a young guy, and a lot of his friends are still in the league. You know, and I like his takes. I do like his takes, but I'm gonna try to find this video where they were kind of having an issue, and I'm gonna do a reaction on it. Let's see if this is it.
In the face and there's blood coming from your eye and they boo you, your adrenaline's already running, you're already pissed off because you got elbowed in the face and now you get the missed part of the game, of course you're going to do something back. It's just human nature. Yeah, I flipped him off and some people say that was too far, but I'm saying something back. Put your
Now, right here, JJ Redick, he had the problem with Mad Dog after he criticized Draymond Green on flipping off a fan. So let's see what he says here.
yourself in his shoes. You just got elbowed in the eye and people are booing you and making fun of you for it. I'm saying something back.
The same sort of connotations that the shut up and dribble crowd has towards athletes. And I have a real problem with that. And specifically with Draymond, the idea that America is tired of him. You do realize the guy has a very, very popular podcast that he hosts where he talks himself for a majority of the episode. And people listen to that. He signed a talent deal with Turner because people want to hear what Draymond has to say. It's true. The reason they want to hear what Draymond has to say is because just like in this press conference, he is real, authentic, and unfiltered. And as a player, he is real, authentic, and unfiltered. The edge that he carries himself with, he's talked about this since game one. Klay Thompson has talked about this since game one. It's what makes him great. It's what makes him a future Hall of Famer. It's the reason he is who he is. It's just like saying, hey, John Morant, stop dancing when your teammate's making a three. The reason John Morant is great is because he plays.
People in Georgia get why I'm messed up. Um. Yeah, so, basically, Chris Russo and Redick, they got in the previous situation. They was talking about Bob Cousy and Chris Paul, and I didn't like what Chris Russo was saying when he said Bob Cousy's a lot better than Chris Paul. And I agree with what J. Redick said. Bob Cousy was not a good scorer. He couldn't shoot. He was dribbling with one hand, so there's like no comparison. But that's what Chris Russo does. He's an old school guy. He's not going to let go of anything that happened in old school. Now, I'm kind of like that in the sense when it comes to certain players, but I have to admit, a lot of these players are bigger. Um, they're more talented, if you will. They can do more things. From the resources. Now, the segment began. Hold on a second. The segment began with a clip of Green explaining that he was not. Let me switch the screen here because nobody can see that. Let me see here. Uh, uh, uh. All right, let me pull it. What up, Big Sean? Oh man, let me go here. Kind of pull up my screen. Share. All right, there we go. Yeah, so in the segment they were talking about it began with a clip with Green explaining that he was not sorry for flipping off the Grizzly fans Tuesday night. Greens walked on to the FedEx Forum court during the first half, heading toward the locker room after he was elbowed by Xavier Tillman. As he was getting booed ferociously, Green gave the rose. So this is the segment that they were discussing here. Let's see here if there's a video. I don't want to read all this, but let's see. Let's see if this is it.
Somebody who get elbowed in the eye and face running down blood, you should get flipped off. So I'll take the fine. I'll go do an appearance and make up the money. But it felt really good to flip them off. You're gonna boo someone that get elbowed in the eye and blood running down your face. I could have had a concussion or anything. So if they're gonna be that nasty, I can be nasty too. And I'm assuming the cheers was because they know I'll get fined. Great, I make $25 million a year. I should be just fine.
Ooh, earned up 25 mil. All right, I'm looking at you here, Matt.
Oh, he's so hard to root for. Oh,
Okay,
God,
so I
he's
guess you
so
have
hard.
an issue.
Just shut up and play, will you please? America's tired of Draymond Green. And I deal with them constantly. The fans, they're not, San Francisco fans, different story. Oh, they're tired of. Listen, should be quiet and play. And we all know he's got a great skill set for that team. But who in the world is sitting there? He's so polarizing. I can't root for him. I understand how good he is. I can't root for him. Now, listen, they booed him. The fans boo, and they're fickle. Fans boo all the time. Guys get hurt, not hurt. They boo. They don't really mean anything by it. They boo. That's what they do. They boo. I don't think anybody thought he was, he wasn't
As he's
carried off
going
on
to
a
get
stretcher.
stitches,
I mean, geez, the Kansas City fan, when Castle was taken off the field on a stretcher, they booed him. They boo all. That's what fans do. They spend $1,000 to go to these games, and they boo. I mean, you let it go one ear and out the other.
They were cheering.
Well, the same principle. You know what I'm saying? The same principle. I mean, they booed Castle walking off the field when he had a stretcher for the cheap quarterback, if you remember correctly, about 7 or 8 years ago. This is what fans do. And then to tell us how much money he makes, nobody wants to hear it. Huh? Pipe down. Nobody wants to hear it. You make $25 million. Big. What they do? You make $25 million a year. You make $25 million.
I do not. You do.
You made that kind of money in your career. Enough already. God, enough.
Well, first of all, a couple of things. Number one, he don't make more money than you. So let's
Yes, he does.
Let's throw that out the way right
Yes,
there.
he does.
He ain't Mad Dog Russo.
He makes
That's
a lot
number
more
one.
than I do.
Yo,
So
JJ
don't
Redick
hate on
look
the
pissed
paper.
off
Don't
right
hate on
here.
paper. Number two, who's your favorite baseball team?
The San Francisco Giants.
And when you a San Francisco Giants fan with Barry Bonds on the team, when did you?
I was.
What did they do? So let me get this straight. So
When he's on my team, I can put up with it.
I see. So I get it. So because he's on your team, it don't matter what he does. But because you ain't necessarily a Golden State Warriors
Correct.
fan,
There is something to that.
I'm just a sick of this guy. I mean, please stop it. The fact of the matter is, Draymond Green is being unfairly crucified by the likes of you. Okay?
I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
No, you're allowed to have an opinion. Of course you are. I just respectfully disagree with it, and I think it's excessive because the fact of the matter is that it ain't his job to get along with the Memphis Grizzlies fans. They're the enemies. He's trying to take them out. Okay, and he did have a good point. Now you could sit up there and say he didn't need to give them the bird, and all right, I got that. That was may have been a bit excessive. But listen to the point he made. I'm on the ground. I got blood streaming down my face, and y'all cheering about that. You don't know what kind of condition I would have been in. So that was highly offensive to him, and so he offended them. He offended them back. He didn't offend the fan base that supports him all the time, that's rooting for him in San Francisco and the Bay Area. He offended the enemy. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
Man, I wanted to see. I wish I ain't looked at this clip before, but I wanted to see what JJ Redick was saying about that. I mean, from that take, man, fans are gonna be fans, man. If you want that blood money, that's what you're gonna get, man. That's how I see it. You get paid a lot of money. You get they have sponsorships with the liquor that they're drinking and the beer. You want to have that lifestyle. You got to deal with the consequences. We deal with a lot of stuff in our everyday life, and that's just what it is. Now, let me see what the Redick say. The fans you're talking about. I want to play the video, but I don't know, man. I mean, I'm kind of with uh, Russo on this. I mean, you're going to like who you like, and you're going to hate. You're going to hate. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and we hate Baltimore. We cheered when Colson Palmer got hurt with the Cleveland. I mean, not the Cleveland, but with Cincinnati. We cheered. We wanted him out. You know, and we would love to have dirty players on our team. That's just the way things are, and it's just unfortunate that it is. You know, think about boxing and UFC. I watch UFC every weekend to see somebody get hurt. It is the hurt business. It's just the world we live in, and I know that JJ Redick is just trying to take up for people because he's still a player at heart. But hey, man, you get paid a lot of money. This is the way it is, man. It's what it is. It's the same way as Kim Kardashian. She put out these tapes. She gonna get backlash from it. It is what it is. You took the blood money, you took the oath, whatever it is. It's just what it is. You guys serve the liquor. Um, you allow these people to drink in the parking lot and get drunk and get riled up and talk about you and call to radio stations. It is what it is. But it's funny though. I want to bring this up because did you see how nice Stephen A. Smith was, the Russo? Stephon Marbury called called Stephen A. Smith or Uncle Tom the way he rants on African Americans. Is that a clear indication? I don't know. I mean, I saw him go after white people a little bit, but never to that degree. When he goes on when he talks about like a Kwame Brown or some people like that. So that's just a question I have. I'm gonna pull that up as well because that's something I wanted to address. I've been covering Stephen A. Smith on my channel, doing videos about him, and I don't like what he does when he attacks players. Now, I can't speak for Kwame, he don't like you to say Kwame. I can't speak for Kwame Brown on that sense because I mean he wasn't that good. He was better than the average civilian, but you were a number one draft pick, and they expected so much from you. They allowed you to play 12 years, but I wouldn't be calling him like a bomb. I think Kwame changed my view on calling people. I got someone else, but calling people bums. And I don't think or scrubs. He kind of got me a little sympathetic of it because he is right. They paid him for 12 years. I think he underachieved. Because I know that wasn't his goals to be a journeyman. You know, um, but he changed my views. But anyway, Stephon Marbury accused Stephen A. Smith of being a race traitor in the wake of Smith's lengthy rant on Kyrie Irving. Now, let me make sure my audio is good. Let me know if you can hear me. All right, can you hear me? So that's what Stephen A. do, man. We call it woke center now, and he's all about putting people down if they're not with the agenda. Disney has an agenda right now. You know, and I see it all the time. Like things like that sell. Why you think Skip Bayless would get two black people arguing? Because basically, when you working or you do something, they pay you when you working. They pay you for stuff that they don't want to do, but they want you to do what their agenda. Like if I want somebody to wash my car, I want them to wash the car like I want it to be washed. And then these commentators on TV, they do not, they do not, you can't say anything off script. They're reading a prompter. I did a video recently, and I played all across the country. all the newscasters say the same line. They say the same words. I don't know if you guys saw it out there, but it is all scripted. And when Stephen A. Smith tried to get off script twice, he almost lost his career. The first time he got fired, he had to move back with his mama, was living off his savings because he went off the script. Then he begged his way back, going through Skip Bayless. Because when Skip Bayless was on, Cold Pizza, they was gonna give him a show because because Skip Bayless started talking about black people. He started talking about Chris Bosh. He started talking about LeBron, and it sold for him. And then he brought Stephen A. along, and then Stephen A. almost lost his job again because he went off a script. See, ESPN protects women, black women in particular, and he tried to talk about Ray Rice's wife. You remember that when he was like, maybe she did something to provoke him to do that, and he got suspended. They neutered him. So ever since then, he's been working all these jobs, trying to keep he's scared of this establishment now. So the only thing he do is he know he can go against a black person and not lose his job, a black man. He can't go against anybody else. Any group. If you notice, he's always kissing and hugging women on the show. You know, and so Stephon Marbury accused Stephen A. Smith of being a race traitor, responding to a tweet which Smith said of Irvin. We are witnessing one of the most delusional athletes in American history, Marbury wrote. We are witnessing one of the biggest Uncle Toms on the planet at Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. Smith addressed it, and, the criticism, and he said, I'm not, I might try to use his voice. I'm not going, no, I can't do it. I'm not going to insult Stephon Marbury, he said. So he said he's not going to insult him, but then he does. I will say Stephon Marbury has a problem with me since 2009 because he thought he was a bit bizarre when he was eating Vaseline. Now, I do remember that video. He was going nuts eating that Vaseline. He was crying on the show. I remember that. I think he had like a mental breakdown or something. So, literally on video, like it was a bunch of cheeseburgers, like gobbling the Vaseline up. And I do remember that. Let me see if wow, he dressed it on the show. Woo. Let's see. Oh man, try to pull it up. He addressed it on the show. Let me switch this over here. But anyway, I do agree with what he's saying though. I agree with I'm trying to switch it over here. Give me a second. Is it? Okay. Let's see what he's saying firsthand about Stephon Marbury.
Insult Stephon Marbury. I will say Stephon Marbury has had a problem with me since 2009 because we thought he was a bit bizarre when he was eating Vaseline, literally on video, like it was a bunch of cheeseburgers, like gobbling Vaseline. As well, I'm not going to insult Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, I guess you did insult him because you kind of pulled him out on Front Street. You don't know what he was going through. We always talk about mental health now. Maybe he was going through a mental health crisis at the time, but you decided to put him on blast. We don't know that. But I do think he does that. I think he goes too hard on Kyrie Irving. I think he criticized him. Now, I didn't like when he criticized him about the mandate because it didn't make sense. And you're trying to, if he feels strongly about not doing something to his body, that's his prerogative, right? So that's just my opinion about it. Uh, what do y'all think, man? Put it in the comments, man. What do y'all think about that? Um, and yeah, but I got a couple things to do got to run. But definitely hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, man. Um, and I will see you another time. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna jump on tomorrow. And just be aware. I'm throwing out some videos I did recently about Drake. I don't know if you heard that situation with Drake flirting with some married woman. So I'm gonna put that out, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.